I've forgotten something. The cactus mug. The crew is all here. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Before I started filming, I literally grabbed a shirt from on top of that chair there and put it right here on the couch so that it's out of frame. And then I'm just looking and there was literally a shirt underneath of it that I didn't grab. So there's still a shirt there in the frame. Whatever, I'm leaving it. It's clean laundry, they're just drying. Anyways, hi and hello everybody, it's Fern. Welcome back to another PLANTY video. Today we're doing a big one. We are doing my annual cactus and succulent repot update kind of thing. I like to do this video every single year. Actually, I wonder how many years. This is year maybe 4 or 5 of me doing this, and I just like to get these plants all situated late spring every year and then send them outside to spend the summer out there. So it gives me an opportunity to not only provide any care that I need to for these plants, but also just to show y'all how they're doing. It's kind of, I guess, a collection video, care, hanging out, doing plant things video, I don't know. But I love doing this video every year, so I'm very excited. We are experiencing January right now, or June gloom. It's very overcast, cool. I literally could see my breath the other morning, which is kind of crazy. So I've been putting this off a little bit because obviously I want it to be warm when I put these plants out. A lot of cactus are actually quite cold hardy, but it's the succulents that I'm more worried about. But we're like creeping up to the end of June now, so they're heading out. I don't care. So I think I'm gonna quickly show you all of the plants that we're gonna be working with today. And then I'll obviously talk about them in a little bit more detail as we go through all of them, and you know, we'll do any repots or any cleaning up that needs to be done. But just to, I guess, give you a little rundown or a little preview of all of the plants that we're going to be seeing. So the first one, and this is actually probably going to be the first plant that we work with today, the monkey tail cactus. This is the plant that I get asked about the most. I get comments all the time asking for updates on this plant. So yeah, this is gonna be the first one I work with, so y'all can, you know, get all the info on how he's been doing, and he's been doing pretty good. Actually, really good. This is definitely the best this plant has ever looked. And we are gonna be repotting him today, which is kind of crazy because I put him into this wally grow planter last year, but we'll talk about that more in a moment. I guess I'm just gonna grab the ones around me. This is inconvenient being surrounded by spiky plants. Okay, next we have my variegated huernia zebrina, which is actually doing the best it's ever done for me as well, which is great. This is my stapelia gigantea? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. The other one's grandiflora, right? This one is grandiflora right here. It's a little bit bigger. I've definitely had it for longer. Then we have this little guy right here. This is, oh, y'all ID'd this for me last year. Mammillaria, some type of mammillaria. And then we have this might be the oldest one in my collection, to be honest with you. My variegated opuntia. You can't even see the whole thing, but you will see it better soon. An assortment of haworthia, cooperi, and obtusa? Is that what it is? Yeah. Haworthia, obtusa, and cooperi. I feel out of practice with these plants. My variegated bear paw. Ooh, this one is one of my favorites. The crassula Buddhist temple, which has done amazing over winter, like surprisingly well. This is my non-variegated huernia zebrina. Ooh, this is actually a new succulent to my collection. This is a burrow's tail. What is the, let me think, I know this. What is the botanical name for this? Why do I want to say like mason something? I think that's wrong. What is it? Morgan. I knew it was like a name. Sedum morganianum. Also known by the common names donkey tail and lambstail. Okay. Someone commented on my last video and said that this is actually donkey's tail, not burro's tail. Burro's tail is the like smaller, chubbier leafed one. You know what I mean? Because there's two different types of these. And it looks like they're actually right. Donkey's tail has elongated teardrop shaped leaves, which is this one, while burro's tail has rounder, more compact leaves, often resembling small plump jelly beans. Interesting. I've been calling this burro's tail for so many years. Anyways, I added this back into my collection. I used to have a, I guess, donkey's tail that I absolutely loved. I love the look of a long trailing plant of this. So yeah, I brought it back into my collection because I want to grow it out. This is reminding me of when I got my Hoya compacta. It was probably about this big when I got it, and now it is a massive hanging basket. So hopefully this one will one day follow that journey as well. But yeah, this one I figured I would pot up in this video also because it's still in the little nursery pot in the soil from the plant shop, and it's a succulent, so it works. And then we have this is one of my favorite cactus as well. I actually don't have that many cactus anymore. Over the years, I don't know, I've just had so much trouble with them. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's very challenging. I haven't like fully figured out what to do in the winter time, whether to go with grow lights or whether to overwinter. I don't know. I don't feel confident in actually, you know what? Let me show you something. I got this book recently because I want to learn more about cacti and succulents, and I haven't read it yet, but I just took it down from my shelf as a reminder. Ooh, I love this green. As a reminder for me to read this. So I'm gonna put it on my coffee table because yeah, I don't know. I've never done the research. I've always just been kind of fumbling through growing cactus and succulents. So I guess needless to say, this video is not gonna be educational. It's just what I do. It's not like my suggestion for you to grow your cactus and succulents. Anyways, let me know if any of you have read this. I'm really excited about it. It is by Sarah Gerard Jones, who is the plant rescuer on Instagram. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'll link it down below if you're interested. So yeah, I guess my lack of knowledge has held me back from bringing more cactus into my collection, and I've definitely let some go over the years just because I don't feel like I have provided the best care, and then they just end up like stressing me out because I don't know what I'm doing. So the ones that I have kept are ones that I just really, really love, and this is definitely one of them. It's the Cereus spiralis. Oh, okay, that tag is getting brittle. Cereus Fabaceae. Oh my gosh, it's literally, okay, I'm gonna pull it out. Actually, maybe I'll leave it because apparently I don't know the name. Cereus Fabaceae spiralis. There's a few different types of spiral cactus, so that is the ID on this one. And then the last plant that I have here, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even know if this is alive. It's astrophytum caput-medusae. It looks very dead, but that's also just kind of how the plant looks. So we're gonna pull this out, take a look at the roots and see what's going on. I have no idea. Because I don't think it's grown for me, and I think that I let this maybe dry out too much, or maybe I overwatered, I can't remember, but it's just been chilling because, I don't know, I've just been hoping it's alive, I guess. So yeah, that's all of the plants. As for supplies, I have my little like plant toolkit here. It has lots of different things. It has a soil scoop at the top, which I'm definitely going to be using, and then I like that it has these smaller kinds of tools for if I need to clean up any of the plants, which I know I do today. There's little tweezers, there's little scissors. There's also a potting mat in here, which I will probably have to pull out and use. I just like how this is made for smaller plants. I think it's gonna come in really handy when I'm working with these little succulents, and I also use this for my pings and stuff. So yeah, I really do love this kit. And there's also this thing, which I think be perfect for like blowing off soil, you know? Anyways, my favorite potting mix for these guys is the Molly's Cactus and Succulent. Well, I guess it's just called Succulent Mix, but it's for cactus and succulents. Yeah, I've been using this for a couple of years for them now, and some of them are actually in like a DIY, but going forward, I'm gonna be trying to put all of my cactus and succulents in this potting mix. It's definitely more expensive, but since I don't have too many of these plants, you know what I mean, and I also don't repot them very often, I feel like it's feasible. I actually only have a few or like a handful of these that are gonna need to be repotted today. So yeah, with all of that being said, I guess we're gonna get started. And like I said, all of these plants are gonna be heading outside for the summertime. So yeah, it's exciting. And I also now have space freed up on my plant shelf. So it's always just, I don't know, it's crazy. I have more room. I have these plants living their best life out on the deck. It's gonna be great. And like I said, we're gonna be starting off with the monkey tail. Now, I'm gonna be taking this out of the Wally Grow planter, which is kind of unfortunate because I feel like this plant has been doing so well. It's getting light from my Soltech Highland track light, and it's definitely just the best this plant has ever done, especially inside. It is getting so white and fluffy, and in the past, it's always just been more of like a yellow kind of like, I don't know, it just didn't really have the fluffy monkey tail look that I was hoping for, and now it does. And I think it must be because it's getting enough light, it's in the Molly's potting mix, like it's just been really, really happy. So it's definitely bittersweet for me to be repotting it, and the main reason that I'm going to be doing so is because this is so incredibly heavy. Like this potting mix, it's pretty much just like a rocky substrate. It's very heavy. Also, this plant is getting very heavy. Like just, this is a heavy planter with the combination of the potting mix and the plant itself. My Wally Grow planters that are just filled with like a loose, airy soil are not super heavy, even if they have like a big plant, but this is like a dense, like he's got some heft to him. And I am so nervous every time I water this, putting it back on the wall, because Wally Grow planters are just held in by one screw. If you've seen them before, it's just like a little plate that has one screw in it, and then this planter hooks onto that. But it's just stressing me out so much because it is getting so incredibly heavy, especially after watering. It is like, I don't even know how much it weighs, but it's too much to be putting on the wall. So yeah, it's really been stressing me. So we're gonna be moving him into just a regular pot, and I'm thinking of using possibly a macrame and hanging him on our arbor in the yard, because he would be getting a lot of sun, and it mostly be morning sun and some afternoon sun, but not the super hot scorching evening sun, because the way the fence, our fence is on like the west side of the yard, so he'd be blocked from that. So I just feel like it'd be really great lighting conditions for him, and it also might be kind of cool to have this plant just hanging in the yard. So I think I'm gonna put him in a big like plastic pot like this, or I have a light blue one that I'm considering as well. I'm gonna, I guess this looks really big. I guess we'll see, but the blue one is a little bit smaller, so I might have to go grab that one. But I'm thinking of hanging him, and then if I don't want to hang him and I just want to have him up on the deck, I can just obviously take him out of the macrame or even hang him on the deck, depending on, I don't know, it's just he's so heavy, but the arbor is really stable, so that could be a good option. Anyways, this video is already going to be so long, so I can't natter on too much, but I am just going to get cracking here. I'm going to get my potting mat out. I'm going to get this guy out of this pot, and we're going to start our first repot. I honestly might move to the floor for this. I feel like that's going to be easier. So this is the blue pot that I was talking about. That might be a better size. It's still super roomy, but it's not as massive as the other one. So I might give this a wash and see if that's gonna work. Actually, those gloves might be useful. This plant does have some sharp spines, especially if you put pressure on it, but a lot of it is just soft, so these gloves might be enough. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna try to save as much potting mix as possible. Let's see. Okay. Oh boy, this is always the interesting part, isn't it? Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have a lot of vacuuming to do today. Do you see what I mean? It's like all rock. Like that's like so heavy. The roots look really good. So this could be interesting because it's like a different shape. Actually, might just go right in. Okay, good. This pot is definitely big enough. That is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I just need to fill in the sides around it. Okay, that's actually gonna be really cute in here. This is a pot that I used to use for my outdoor garden. But it could work for this guy as well. I was just thinking that the fact that it's overcast out lately actually might be good for transitioning these plants to being outside, because if it's super hot sun, they could definitely scorch. Typically, or ideally, you want to gradually expose them to living outside. But since I'm lazy, I usually just plunk them all out and let them fend for themselves, to be quite honest with you. This one, I might take a little bit more care. We'll see. But yeah, here he is. This is so crazy. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. We're gonna try to get the macrame on now, and then I think I'm gonna pop some Osmocote in here as well, because I'm probably gonna be watering this plant with the hose mostly. Actually, I'll probably, well, yeah, I will put Osmocote. Okay, is that proper? I cannot really tell, but I'll just adjust it if it needs to be. Oh, there we go. If it needs to be, whoop, adjusted. What is going on? Why does this look uneven? This one needs to go back here. Okay, I think that that's pretty good. And if it's too long from where I want to hang it, I think I'll just like put a knot in. I don't know. I don't know. At the end, I will, actually, how am I even gonna hang this? A zip tie, I guess? I will have to figure out the specifics of hanging, but at the end of the video, I will insert footage showing y'all these all like set up outside, so you'll be able to see what they end up looking like. But yeah, monkey tail is in his pot. Looks kind of funny, honestly. I don't know if that's his color, that blue, but it's gonna have to work for now. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I'm a huge fan of this light blue pot with this plant, but I'll see what it looks like when it's actually out there hanging. But I will probably be keeping my eye out for a cute pot for this plant if I come across one. Just keep that in the back of my mind. But I'm gonna go ahead and add some slow release fertilizer into here, because like I said, if it's in the yard, I'm probably just gonna be hitting it with the hose. But I did want to show you the fertilizer that my other plants are gonna be getting, the other cactus and succulents. It's this one by Schultz. I've been using this for years and years. It's my go-to for all of my cactus and succulents. And I will probably occasionally use that for this one, but I just know myself and I know I'm not going to be lugging a watering can out there super often. So I'm just going to add a few little scoops in here. Just to have him covered for when I'm not using fertilizer water. And I always just work it in a little bit. Okay, and that's it. Monkey tail is done. That was definitely the biggest and most laborious task on the list today. So now we get to move on to all of the smaller plants. Oh, and I have already broken a nail in this video. It wasn't a bad break, just the tip of this one. That is the plant life sometimes. I was actually just saying the other day how crazy it is that my nails are this long in the middle of the gardening season. That's wild. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab plants randomly and we're gonna work with them / give updates on them. So for the variegated huernia zebrina, I don't even really think that there's much I'm gonna be doing with this, if anything at all. It looks really good. This plant got super, I don't know, sun stressed last year, but in a way where I couldn't tell if it was sun stressing or if it was trying to croak on me. And I guess it was just sun stressing because now it looks back to normal and it's been growing. This is all like fresh. I think this whole thing here is new. Oops, and it just looks really healthy. Like, look at that. It looks so stunning. The only piece that's not looking so good is this one right here. This actually got knocked off. This is how the whole plant was looking like last summer. But anyways, so I think that they can discolor when they're just stressed in general too. Anyways, so this got knocked off of the plant, so I just stuck it on the soil to see if it would root in, and it actually did form roots. If you can see right there at the tip, there's roots. So I'm keeping those on the soil and we'll see if it ends up rooting into there. I think it will, just have to be patient. But yeah, I don't really think that it needs anything from me. It was repotted last year, looking good, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this on the covered deck because I just don't think it likes being scorched by sun. So wait a second. Is this one not rooted in either? What the heck? This piece I just saw it move and I'm like, what? But it has a root here. Okay, I'm just gonna stick it back on top of the soil. I don't know what's going on there. We are just going to gently put her back in her pot and wish her well. But yeah, she's gonna go probably on one of the lower tiers of my little plant shelf so that she's not getting scorched. Really cute. That one's really growing on me. It hasn't bloomed for me yet. And I guess we'll go into this one because this is also a huernia zebrina. This is just the regular green one. It's mostly red. This is kind of that sun stressing I was talking to you about. Like, do you see how red it is? And I don't know why this one is so sun stressed, or maybe it's just regular stressed. I don't know. All of these plants have just been living, not all of them actually, but most of the ones I'm going to be talking to you about, including both of these huernias, have just been living under my barina lights on the Vitsto shelf. So they haven't been getting like a ton of light, but I actually find that the barinas are enough to keep my succulents happy over the winter, which is kind of surprising, but and even to have them flowering, because this one has flowered for me multiple times. It honestly flowers for me all the time. I don't know why it's this like red color. Maybe it's thirsty, maybe it's, don't know. Honestly, don't know. But should I repot this? I actually don't know if I should repot it or not. It's an old shriveled up bloom. Should I repot this? I kind of have a feeling that I should. This is healthy new growth. Do you see how nice this looks right here? It's like plump and green. It looks really good, as opposed to these weird like shriveled, whoop, darker ones. I think this might need to be repotted, you guys. I think it could be drying out too much or like too root bound in this like terracotta-y pot. I can see roots coming out of the bottom. Yeah. Okay, I wasn't planning on repotting this one today, but I think I might just go ahead and do it quickly because I think that it might need it. And it's also in my old DIY mix, so I'll be able to upgrade the potting mix as well. Now let me just figure out what pot I'm gonna use. Okay, I actually found the perfect pot. I'm gonna be using this little butterfly one. How cute is that? And it's gonna be the perfect size as well. Okay, so once again, here we go. Let's get her out carefully. I feel like this one, the pieces could just snap off super easily. Oh boy. my gosh. Okay, it's actually not that root bound, but whatever. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It'll appreciate the better potting mix, at least. Okay, so let's put it down like that. I don't know why, it's just some of the pieces are looking weird and wrinkled like that then. Oh, it looks like this had some of the Molly's mix on the bottom, but then I ran out and had to, or no, that's probably from the monkey tail. Never mind. I'm just gonna reuse whatever's on here though. Oh no, it was from in there. Yeah, I must have started with the Molly's and then ran out. Oh shoot, I wanna take this plug out. There's a plug on the bottom. I'm gonna use the tweezers because RIP to my nails. There we go. Oh my gosh. Hard to get all her pieces in here. Okay, girl. Actually, she's a little bit too low still. Man. Okay, this pot is turning out to be way, oh my gosh, she's losing pieces. This pot is turning out to be way too big for her, but I'm in too deep. I don't care. I'll just keep that in mind while watering. Okay, this piece fell off, so I'm just gonna stick it back in here and hope that it roots. Same with this one. Oh. Okay, so that's her final result, and honestly, I think she's gonna be really happy in here, so yeah, we'll see what she looks like at the end of summer. Hopefully nice and plump and green like this one. Okay, for the Stapelia gigantea, I'm literally not gonna do anything. Maybe I could add, there's some exposed roots up at the top here, so I might just add a little bit of potting mix to just top her off a little. But this plant is doing really, really well. The foliage looks so incredibly healthy, so I'm not gonna bother her. I really am hoping for a flower this year, so we'll see what happens with that, but she's good to go. Same with my mammillaria cactus. I have nothing to do for her. I think she just needs to get outside in some sunshine. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pot up the donkey's tail succulent, and I'm gonna be going ahead and putting it into this cute little swinging planter. Let's see what it's gonna look like. Yeah, that's gonna be so cute. And this one I'm actually gonna be keeping inside and just keeping it in my south window. There's a couple of these little broken leaves that are hanging out on the top here, and I'm gonna keep those and put them back on top. I'm gonna break up the roots gently just to get rid of some of this dense potting mix here. Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm breaking leaves off. If you haven't had one of these plants before, they are like the most delicate. Like, don't even look at them because they'll start dropping leaves on you. But the leaves propagate super easily, so I guess that's the bright side of that. Okay, good enough. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. I'm gonna pop that in there and then fill it up. Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculously cute. I am obsessed. Okay, I'm gonna stick these little ones on top. Boop. So each leaf if it takes root, should turn into its own little plant, eventually filling this out even more, which would be so nice. I am obsessed with that. That is so cute and just like the perfect pot for him. Okay, next, let's take a look at my crassula. I actually have not looked at these roots in a long time. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I actually can't really see any roots, so we are not going to need to repot this because I think it's fine. Why can I not see any roots though? That seems weird. Most of my other ones I can see roots on the outside. Maybe they're super fine. Oh yeah, I think maybe I can see some. They must be tiny. Anyways, I think that this plant is happy because it has been growing like crazy. I was so surprised at how big and dense this new growth is that it put out during the winter time under the variegated lights. I honestly was shocked. I thought that this was going to become really leggy and weird, but it has been growing so tightly packed and putting out little babies as well, which is so cute. This has definitely become one of my favorite succulents. It is just so bizarre and so interesting the way that it grows. I don't know, I love it. Love it. And I remember really like debating whether I wanted to have this one or not, but I'm so glad that I ended up picking it up. I think that these flower as well. Well, most plants flower, of course, but in terms of like actually putting out a pretty flower, I think that this flowers. But yeah, that is so cool. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother doing anything with this one either. Highly recommend grabbing this one though if you are interested. Okay, and then we have the spiralis. Now I have not looked at these roots either, so oh, okay, it actually has really good roots. That is great to see. I don't think I'm gonna bother this one either. I don't think it's like root bound and needs a repot. I think it just needs to get outside and get some more light. And hopefully it'll grow for me this year. Okay, gonna stick them back in there. One that does need a repot or a root investigation, maybe I should say, is this astrophytum. So let's take a look and see if anything's going on under here. What in the world is that? Was this some sort of bulb or something? There's like no roots here. There's just this thing that looks like a shriveled brain or something. Do you see that? It looks so weird. What the heck? Did all the roots raw off of this? Or should I still pot this up? Okay, I just looked online to see if I could find any information about this. I'm guessing that I rotted the roots because apparently they're really sensitive to overwatering. I don't know if there's any way that this could be salvaged, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna move it into my Molly's mix here. Also, apparently these are notoriously difficult to care for, and they're often grafted onto other cactus because that makes them easier to grow. I don't really understand grafting, like how that works. And to be honest, it kind of creeps me out a little. But yeah, I guess that's how this is often grown. But mine is just on its own here, so we'll see if it ends up coming back to life or not. Such a cool plant though, like the flowers are so beautiful on this. All right, wish her luck because I don't know what's gonna happen with this one. I'm gonna keep her in this little snake cover pot because that's cute. Okay, let's take a look at my bear paw succulent. So this is one of my favorites, and it's actually looking really good. Like the top part of it, I feel like it's really started to put out some nice plump paws, but the bottom half of the stems are quite naked and they just have like shriveled leaves on them. They're not looking great. So I've been thinking of propagating this plant. Should I take some cuttings? I don't know. I don't know if I should or not. Maybe I will experiment with that. I think for today, I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. I've always wanted to try propagating it, but I would need to cut all of these down. Like you need a stem propagation. They don't just propagate from leaf very easily like other succulents. So maybe I will, I don't know. Actually, maybe I will just cut it up. I don't know. Maybe I will. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up because now that I'm just removing these shriveled leaves from the stem, I'm like, she's not looking cute, and we might as well just go for it because I keep getting too scared to propagate this and then it just never gets done, so we're going in. Oh my gosh, it's a thick stem. Okay, I'm gonna need different different cutters. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my gosh, that is a thick stem. Oh man. Such a cute plant. Like, look how chunky. So chunky. Look at that. I'm obsessed. Okay, so I think what you do is you just remove the lower leaves and then you pop the stem into potting mix. I don't know if that's too many paws to propagate, but I'm gonna try it anyways, or maybe I should remove one more set of leaves. Let me take the rest of the cuttings and then I'll decide. This one has a long stem. Okay, I'll probably end up cutting this whole thing up, but let's just focus on creating a little pot with these ones. Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this pot. That'll be so cute. Oh, that's it. I have another bag though, so do not worry. It is so insanely windy out today. We've been having crazy winds lately. So I don't even know if I'm gonna end up putting these plants out today or if I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Maybe I'll put them out on the deck, but I won't actually set them up on the shelf until tomorrow because I just feel like the ones in ceramic pots would be okay, but the plastic ones, I don't know. Anyways, okay, let's finish popping this up. Okay, I'm just gonna gently remove, I think I will do remove two sets of leaves at the bottom and then stick them in. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, I'm already obsessed with this. This is so adorable. Stay tuned to see what happens with this. Hopefully they all just root in. I feel like I normally have good luck with propagating succulents and cactus, but I've just never done this one before. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I will be putting this one in like a shaded area as well. I don't want it getting super scorched outside. What am I gonna do with the rest? I honestly Don't know. Maybe I should just cut it down and see if it shoots out new growth from anywhere. Should I do that? I could just put it outside and see if anything grows. Maybe I will do that. I don't really know how this plant works, if it will. Oh my gosh, it's so woody. Dang, that is crazy. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so this is what I ended up cutting the base down to. I'm just gonna put this outside as well, keep watering it and see what grows from it. So let's move on. This is a crazy mess that I have in front of me, but let's move on to, I guess, the opuntia, which is looking bad, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's growing very wonky. It always does this to me. I think I'm just gonna chop it, give it a good chop, and then hopefully that will encourage branching out, because it's just like this one straight piece and then it finally starts branching out at the top, but it's just all floppy and weird. This is not a great view, I know, I'm sorry, but it's just, let me cut it and then, or like break a piece off. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do here? I can just never grow this plant well, but I keep it because I've had this for so long. I've had it since 2020. And I don't know, it's just sentimental to me at this point, so I always keep it. Oh my gosh, the curtains are really, I'm always scared they're gonna like fly off, even though I don't think that's possible. Okay, let's untie this. Okay, so this is what the floppy top part looks like. It's not great, I know, and I'm just gonna try to break it off. Oh, there we go. We're bringing in the tongs. Come on. Come on, girl. There we go. Okay, so I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this. I was thinking about trying to propagate it. I just never have luck with rooting this. I think because it's so variegated. Like, look at all of the white compared to the small amount of green on there, and then the other side is all entirely variegated. So yeah, I might as well still try. But yeah, I'm really hoping to encourage some branching. I guess we don't need this anymore because it's not tall. It's also fine in this pot, I think. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Honestly, even though it's way smaller, I feel like this looks better. Like, it just, this is so chaotic, this piece. Yeah, I think I am going to just break off. I wonder if I can just grab it. No, I'm scared. I'm gonna cut because I don't want to get poked, but I'm gonna remove all of the different like petals. There's one. This one's small. I might be able to just, come on. There we go. 2, and then 3 right here. This one is cute because it has new growth on it. The pink little tuft. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pot these up and we'll see what happens. Oh, I need to keep track of which, okay, that's the bottom, that's the bottom, that's the bottom, because I want to pot them the right way, of course. This one is crazy. I'm gonna cut it in half. The ones with some green I have hope for, but like these two down there are pretty much entirely variegated, so I don't know about that. But see, like this one has a decent amount of green on it, so we'll see. I don't know if you can even propagate a piece this big. I don't know. I'm a noob, okay? I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to this. But this one is good, ready to go outside. So that's, I guess, the base or the mother plant. And then I think I'll reuse this one that we had the huernia in for the cuttings. Oh my gosh, it has speared some of the bear paw leaves. Okay, this is the bottom. I'm gonna put that at the back. Now you're supposed to let these callus for a few days, so I'm not gonna water for a good few days. Just gonna give it light. Where's my little shovel? Let's do, I think this was the bottom, was it? Which way was the bottom? I don't like this one anyways, it's too curled, so I'm not gonna do that one. These ones aren't bad. Okay, so those are all, oh my gosh, the wind is actually scary. I hate wind. It stresses me out so much. I always just feel like something is gonna come down. Okay, that's what this one is looking like. Like I said, gonna let it callus for a few days and then I'll start lightly watering and we'll see what happens. Okay, we are coming to the end here. Actually, this one, Stapelia grandiflora, doesn't need anything at all. This is such a great plant. It always flowers for me. It flowers all throughout the winter. I think it flowered in January and then it flowered a couple months after that. It's just always doing the most, really dramatic flowers. I love this one so much. And yeah, it doesn't need anything. It's gonna stay in this pot. I would like to find a nice cover pot for this one because this is kind of gross and algae-y, but yeah, this one is just good to go. So I think that the last thing we have to do is just repot my haworthias. Now these guys are so cute. I'm obsessed with the chubby little leaves and I love that these are all like a blue silver kind of color. Like they're so cutie. So I'm gonna be potting these up, I guess repotting them for the first time. I got these last year from Crystal Star Nursery and I just left them in the pots that they came in. And they did really well, honestly. Haworthia are known for being an easier succulent. They don't need to be under like super high light. So most household conditions are good enough for them to just pop on your windowsill. Which is really nice. But yeah, I love them. I think that they're so cute, which is why I have 4 different ones. And I'm gonna be putting them into really cute pots. So I've been really looking forward to that. Okay, so I'm gonna be potting these guys into my solarium pots. These used to have Hoyas in them, but my Hoyas outgrew them, and this is just like the most beautiful pottery. Like these gold stars, are you joking me? It's so pretty. So I have just been so excited to get these pots into action again. This is not a solarium one, this is actually just a random one that I had sitting around. I only have 3 solarium pots, so this is gonna be the 4th little small pot that I use, and I think that it's super cute as well. This is another solarium one that I'm gonna be using with the clouds. So pretty. I'm just obsessed with these. And then this like iridescent, layered, tiered one, I guess. So adorable. So yeah, I need to match these all up. I think the smallest one I'm gonna use for the drippy pot. And then this one is actually quite small also. So I'll probably do this one for that one. And then this is the biggest pot, so I'll use that for this one, I think. And then this star one will go with this one, which is the Haworthia obtusa black grape. Okay, let's do them one at a time. I guess I'll start with this one, the black grape. So some of these have flowered. So there's like the flower stalk little dried up thing in there that I tried to, I didn't really know what to do with it. Like I told y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna cut that. Wonder, could it be pulled out? Where's my tweezers? Or do you just cut them down and then, oh, I pulled it out. Nice. Okay, good, because it looks like kind of messy just having this dried thing in there. Okay. And then there's also just some little dried, I think some of these are wheat hull pieces from when I put the lacewing larvae in my plants. They came in this little wheat hull stuff. Oh no, I just pushed one like way down in there. I'm also gonna give these a little cleanup while I'm in here with isopropyl alcohol, because I have found that mealies, for the most part, mealies have kind of left my succulents alone, which is really nice, but these haworthia, these tight crevices in between the leaves, they do like to go in there. So if I see anything suspicious, I'm just gonna, boom, slide my Q-tip in there with isopropyl alcohol. Might just go in between them all just anyways. Give them a little, oh yeah. Ew. These leaves that don't look good on the outer edge, I don't know whether I should remove them or like wait until they're dry enough that they easily pull off. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, let's remove it and see what the roots look like. This is a really nice sturdy nursery pot too, I like it. Probably gonna save that for my garden seed starting. Ooh, it's got some chonky roots. Do you see that? There's some chonky roots on there. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to gently break that up a little bit. These are dry. I purposely didn't water before filming this video. Yesterday was my watering day for the Vitsto shelf where these plants live, but I knew I was gonna be filming this. So they're dry. Because I didn't want to be messing around with wet soil. Let's see how this is gonna, oh. Sorry to disturb, but oh my gosh. These are gonna be so cute in this pot. Stop it. That is like so adorable. Okay, so there she is. Haworthia obtusa black grape. Why is the lighting so funky? There, you can see her super chunky leaves on this one. You can really see it better in this pot. It's so cute. I'm super happy with that. How adorable. I do want to keep the tag though because I cannot really tell these apart. These haworthia. Oh my gosh, yeah, so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one is done. Next, let's do the drippy pot one. So this is the smallest of the bunch, and this one is Haworthia obtusa Blue Mirror. Oh yeah, I do remember getting this one. Oh, are you well? Why are you crumbling like that? Are you well? Uh-oh. Ooh, okay, it looks like this one had some rot. That's not great. That's not a great finding. Oh, it looks like there is some healthy roots at the top though. Thank goodness. That must be how it's surviving. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up. We have mealies in here, y'all. And we have dried leaves aplenty. Give you a close-up of how gnar it's looking. Don't know if you'll be able to see the mealies. They are hanging out on there, so let's get our alcohol. Bye-bye. I'm gonna remove these dried leaves. Ooh, yeah. Oh my gosh, under these dry, crispy leaves, that's where the mealies are hanging out. Any plants that get like dry, crispy bits on them, like you know how alocasia get really flaky around the corm and around the stem, I guess. It's just a plant that gets really flaky. I find that mealies love going in that flaky part of plants. So I always peel off like I guess the sheaths and stuff like that on plants because the mealies will go there. So this one was definitely overdue for cleanup. Oh my gosh. Every layer I peel off, they're in there. Hopefully this one's gonna be okay. The rot is definitely making me nervous. I don't think that's all the leaves I'm gonna remove, but not looking great, to be honest with you. I wonder if this was the one that tried to flower. One of these tried to flower and I got all excited. I was like, oh my gosh, my haworthia is gonna flower. And then the flower just croaked before it even bloomed. Like the stalk just like fell over essentially. So I wonder if it was this one. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's get this one all potted up. Okay, it looks cute in there, and I have hope, you guys. I feel like these are really resilient plants, so we'll see if this one bounces back for us. Blue Mirror. Okay, this one, probably the chunkiest one, is Haworthia cooperi Emperor. And yeah, it's just got super like bulbous leaves. This one also has a flower stalk thing coming out. I'm just gonna try to, can I pull it? Oh, I don't know if that was good or bad. Looked like there was still like a live part attached to it. Oh well. Okay, hopefully the roots are okay on this one. Oh yeah, they look good. Man, I did not know that haworthia had like chunky roots like this. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mealies again. They really have been hiding out in these lower crispy leaves. Okay, that's fine. Just get rid of them. Okay, got them all cleaned up. Now, let's pot him up. Scoop. Oh my gosh, these are just so cute. I'm obsessed with them. Look at that. That's adorable. Okay, 3 down, 1 to go. Let's put his tag back in. Mister. Okay, last one is haworthia, cooperi. Oh yeah, this is the one that's hard to pronounce. Shizhukemaki. Something like that. And looks like it needs a good cleanup as well. That's what it looks like right now. So let's take him out. Oh, wow. We have lots of roots on this one. Lots and lots of roots. Okay. This is definitely like the most rooted of all of them. It was like kind of root bound, honestly. Lots of dried leaves around the outside of this one. So I'm gonna remove those. Ooh. Okay, I think that that is pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna have to loosen this up though. That's a small opening on this pot. Oh my gosh, the roots are rotted. The roots are rotted, you guys. They're literally coming right off. Oh. Okay, there are nursery pots like blowing around my whole yard. I need to go out there and pick things up. It is crazy outside right now. I was just changing the battery because it died, and I looked out onto my deck and I was like, oh no, I had a glass with flowers sitting in it out there. And I realized that and I was like, it's gone. I looked down and I was like, uh-oh, it's not on the ground on the deck. So it must have fallen off of the deck and smashed down below. So I went out, looked over the side of the deck, and the flowers were there, but the glass is nowhere to be seen. I was expecting to see like shattered glass around them, but it's just the flowers on the ground. And I couldn't find the glass anywhere. And I'm like, what the heck, like looking for it. And then I saw that it landed on one of the chairs at our little deck table thing. And it's perfectly intact. It just landed, it was just sitting on the chair like this, completely not a drop in here because it's so windy. It like dried up all the water in here. So I guess that was really lucky because I did not want to have to clean up shattered glass from beside the house. But now I'm really considering not putting the plants out at all until tomorrow if it's less windy tomorrow, because I feel like that's just traumatic to put them out and it's like a windstorm right now. So I think I'm gonna put them all in the tub. Oh yeah, I didn't even finish showing you this one. So a lot of the roots were rotted, but there were healthy roots like up near the top, like closer to the plant, near the base of it. So I think it's gonna be fine, but look how cute it is in here. Yeah, really, really love that. But I think I'm gonna put them all in the tub, give them a nice drink with kelpie. I have kelpie mixed up in my watering thing right now, so I think, or should I just wash them all? Like give them all a nice, yeah, maybe I'm gonna spray them all down, get them nice and clean, because after repotting it can, you know, the pots get dirty, the plants can get dirt in them. So I think I'm gonna spray them all down and then water them through with some kelpie after that, and then leave them sitting. And tomorrow I'll put them out on the deck. Hopefully it'll be less windy. Yeah, I think that's gonna be my plan of action. So I don't know if I'll be able to update y'all with what they all look like outside. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how quickly I edit this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really appreciate you taking time to hang out with me and just get up to some planty shenanigans. Yeah, let me know. Feel free to comment anything about these plants, any tips, tricks. I'm always looking for cactus info or resources, honestly. I mean, I'm not always looking. I haven't been looking. I've literally just been fumbling through it, but like I said, I'm gonna read that book. So yeah, I'm ready to take it more seriously, I feel, because I've always just been kind of like, I don't know, just not really doing a lot of research about them, which is funny because a lot of my other plants I do have read up on them and, you know, tried to give them the best care that I can, but these ones I'm just kind of like, nah, I'll figure it out as we go. I was gonna say let me know if you have any questions, but clearly I'm not an expert. But that's okay. Anyways, hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.